and welcome back to Mr. Mister. Hello, everyone.
Yay.
Today's my episode. And today we're going to be talking about fears and phobias. Are we excited?
I'm scared.
We very much are.
So what's some phobias we have?
I have a debilitating fear of the ocean.
Me too.
I have multiple fears within the ocean. Like, I'm afraid of the deep ocean, for one. And I'm also afraid of, like, shipwrecks underwater. Not submechanophobia, where it's, like, mechanics underwater. I'm afraid of, like, man-made objects that are under... Like, when there's, like, a statue garden that's underwater in, like, some part of the world.
Yeah.
That terrifies me. And then, like, shipwrecks. I went snorkeling in the Florida Keys, and we were at a reef. And it was really nice. And then I saw an anchor that broke off, and it was at the bottom of the reef, and my heart almost stopped.
Ugh.
That sounds scary.
I also have a fear of the deep ocean. I just don't like feeling like something's underneath me.
Exactly.
I need to feel a little floor when I'm in a pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even in a pool, I get scared if like I don't feel.
No, I mean, as a kid, we had like a vacuum that would like automatically clean the floor. And when I would look under and see it like moving around, I'm like, it's watching me.
What about y'all? What do y'all fear or have a phobia?
Well, I think it's an irrational fear.
Most fears are, I would think.
Well, yeah. But I kind of developed it whenever we went to a party and they said there was like a pond, right? So we can go swimming in it. But it was actually like a dip where the cows go down and like drink the water. They step in it, poop in it.
Ew.
And it was just like a little, I don't know, like a divot with like mud, basically.
Wet
and
mud.
That's what we were going to swim in. It was like a party, like when we were kids. And so we went swimming in it, and it was murky, nasty. There were splinters in there, rocks. And I just like developed I couldn't handle stepping in it with my bare feet, like muddy water.
Yeah.
It just freaked me out. So that's what I developed, and I can't step in like if I'm in a lake, if I'm gonna go in a lake, I have to see the floor, and I think I'm gonna wear water shoes.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, I'm gonna be that one person, no shirt, shorts, and then water shoes. Yeah, that's it.
Just a French cut thong. Yeah.
Oh yes.
And then those little shoes with the toes. Yeah.
Goodness. I have a fear of wasps. I hate wasps.
I mean, they are the devil's children.
Yeah.
They are.
What they sting for no reason. People
Well, they're extremely territorial, but people love to say that they're like good for the planet because they pollinate. I'm like, there's so many other pollinators on this planet. We don't need wasps.
Yeah.
But really another thing is you taught me this, I think, but that they're like really good for cotton fields.
Yeah. I thought you.
Rudy, not kids.
I was like,
they're good for cotton, but why are they in my backyard? I don't have fucking cotton.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know, but when I was a kid, my first time was getting stung when I was leaving the park. And then I felt something sharp and I started crying and running with my bike like all the way home. It was so bad.
I remember when
you were that episode of Pokemon where all the birds were like swarming him while he was chasing on the bike.
Was that the first episode?
I think so.
Oh my God. Yeah. That was me.
that was you.
I remember I think my first time getting stung, we were at our family's farm and they had a lot of trees and we went like just obviously to go play in the trees. And our cousin, she was so young at the time. She could have been, 4, 3?
Yeah.
But we were playing with them, and all of a sudden, my cousin starts crying. Other one's crying. And then the little one, she's bawling. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And then I feel stinging, like, all in my neck area. They were practically invisible. Like, we did not see these things. And when I saw the little cousin got taken down. I carried her and
they brought her down.
I
collapsed. Just a body shaped.
Guys, it was like
with wasps all over it.
It was like a war zone.
Yeah.
Like we literally.
Y'all did not need to say that.
I picked her up and I was like, run! And we were running all the way, and our parents were freaking out. Obviously, like, why are these kids screaming? Wasps! And we were all like covered in bums. And then we do a thing. I don't know if y'all have heard this, but we cover our wasp stings with mud. Like some people
I've always just thought like tea bags.
Yeah. Like
Kenzie's like, I just had to deal with the pain.
I
don't get stung.
Like one of my friends.
You never gotten stung?
Nope.
Not even.
Bring out the wasps.
No.
Have you ever? Have you ever gotten bitten by like an ant at least?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I was little, I stepped into an ant pile and my whole ankle.
Oh,
was
literally, my sister was
over
in
with.
FFA, and we were just like helping with, I think it was a pig at the time, but we were just like looking over the fence to like kind of watch the pig for a second.
Mhm.
Fun fact, I was just standing in an ant pile. And so literally by the time I felt anything, they already started, they basically bit all at the same time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, my entire, like both of my ankles were just covered in bites.
Damn.
It was terrible. But my sister loved popping them after, so.
Oh, yeah. I
That's
got,
good.
I think it was 2 years ago. I was at a shoot for a class, and we were out in the field, and the camera equipment was on the grass. I took a kneel like to open the camera equipment. All of a sudden, my knee starts feeling warm. I get up, look down. All like ants were covering my whole knee. I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to make a scene, but I was just there like panicking, like taking them out.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing, like I go back home, whole knee is covered in like red bites or whatever. And then the next day, pus was developing.
Yeah.
And I felt like that girl. I even posted on my Snapchat story. I felt like the girl in the Hunger Games where she gets stung by the.
Oh, by the tracker jackers, yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then my parents got mad at me. They're like, "Rudy, how could you not check the ground?" I'm like, "Okay, stop." Y'all being mad at me because they were worried I was gonna get like a allergic reaction or something. I was like, y'all would not have checked the ground. It's instinct that you just take a knee without obviously checking your surroundings. It's a common
Trying
mistake.
to prove your adult parents wrong.
Yeah.
No, well, I did, and they're like, okay, I guess you're right, because like there's no reason for them to be mad at me
Yeah.
for kneeling on ants.
I mean, you're in the ants world. You're outside. Like you can't expect not bugs to be anywhere. So it's like
It's also our world. We
It's
need to
our world.
coexist.
Yes,
I would be a nature girly, but I just don't like bugs.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I love bugs. I
I
just
like
don't
to
like
stay
wasps. I don't like wasps at all.
I do
and
have
then-
compassion for some bugs. I
And
will not
then
squish a bug.
they're not bugs, but I also don't really like huntsman spiders. The like really really big ones.
Oh.
That
Oh.
they're called like clock spiders as well, but like they're literally like this wide.
Here in the
No.
U.S.
Oh no,
There are some native to Texas, yeah, but
Wide?
they're typically you usually hear about these spiders in like Australia, but
Yeah.
they are native in
Where
some
I
parts
will
of Texas.
never go.
Yeah.
They're
I
in
do
parts of
wanna go.
Texas.
Who brought them over here? What?
But yeah, I do have like a phobia of those spiders as well. But I love any other spider though.
I do not.
I think all spiders are really cute. Even huntsman spiders. It's just huntsman spiders they're very curious. And so you hear stories of like you sitting down on the toilet and then it grabs on like there's a
Excuse me?
there's a Reddit story of a guy sitting down and suddenly he feels something grab his balls. And it's literally a huntsman spider just latched onto his balls.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I'm just gonna rest here for a bit. That's crazy. I think
Can you
all-
call for me?
I think all jumping spiders are cute. I had a jumping spider in my room. when I
Oh,
was-
jumping spiders. Yeah, they're like super fluffy and have like the biggest eyes. They're so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, I had a different.
They are like puppies of spiders. They're so cute.
Mm-hmm. When in high school, I had a jumping spider in the corner of my room, and I killed the first one. But I realized, I was making a nest, and it wasn't doing anything to me, and so I felt bad. And then later, there was another one that appeared, and so I left it in the corner of my room for the longest time because it wasn't doing anything, and I was getting my bugs for me, the other bugs. But then
Getting your
Like-
cookies and your bugs.
yeah, I left it there for a couple months, and it was like it just thrived, and then it was gone. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
kill it, but
That's what I love about sometimes having spiders in my room now is like there's no other bug in my room
Mhm.
when there's a spider web somewhere in my room.
Yeah.
So it's really convenient.
Yeah.
They like to look after me and they're welcome in my room. I don't care.
Mhm.
So it's
Mhm.
what's the
I'm fine in my room if
mutualistic?
they have the nest. Like if they have a web. If they're roaming
Well, yeah.
around, get out of my room.
I don't think I've seen there. It's rare to see a spider like in my room that's not already kind of established a place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Spooky, scary.
I also hate cockroaches.
Yeah.
I like
Big,
cockroaches.
big cockroaches.
I love big cockroaches.
Right.
And there's a lot here in the summer.
There are.
A
Especially at
lot.
SHV.
I like
I know.
and on the first floor of White because in the beginning of the last semester when nobody was living over the summer, they just all were like, all right, let's move in.
Yeah.
And then it takes a while for them to move back out once they realize there's people living here. And so, yeah, there was a bunch of cockroaches. Like, I remember opening my spice cabinet and it was just on the door. Like, as I opened the door. Yeah, and a lot of them like to go to my bathroom for some reason. There's nothing in my bathroom that I would think they would want.
They
but
smell your shit.
they're eating my shit.
They love
my
it.
My shit. Yeah, I'm Octavia Spencer.
Oh my goodness. Oh wait, not related, so I won't be bringing that up.
I mean, we can. We
No, it was so random. There was a girl at the party last night whose name was Octavius or
Oh,
Octavia. I told her, I was like, "Have you seen the 100?" She goes, "Yes, that's where I stole my name from because my name is actually."
You stole your name? Oh,
Yeah. She's like, "My name is actually something."
just dead name her on the podcast.
Yeah, no, but I won't. I'll respect her. It was really cool. Love a good cool person.
Wow,
That's what they're there for.
Exactly.
That's
not
very
related.
Oh, that's strange. You like cool people.
Yeah, Michael, you're moving the camera.
I am.
You sure did.
Let me check.
It when you moved over.
Yeah, you need to sit still.
You've been moving around a lot.
I like
today.
cockroaches. After I saw Wally, I'm like, cockroaches are cute.
Aw.
No.
They literally don't. They're not going to hurt you or anything. They don't bite
it's
or anything.
Still gross in the movie.
But they don't attack you.
I know, but like that thing's supposed to be cute in the movie, and
He was adorable in the movie.
kinda. But it grossed me out when he started like cuddling up in a Twinkie.
God
Oh.
forbid he find a snack.
I don't know that one shot. I was like, don't do that
I love.
ever.
They're
That's
so
what
cute.
made me not eat Twinkies actually, because
And then you watch Zombieland and you're like, okay, I'll eat Twinkies again.
when I was
Zombies
young,
used to scare me.
yeah, they
I
used to.
I mean, yeah, they're definitely like, because in the first Red Dead Redemption, they have like a DLC that's like all zombies.
Oh yeah,
And I was terrified of playing that.
Black Ops Zombies.
I never played Black Ops Zombies.
We
I-
need to do that.
Don't look at me.
I just don't care much for Call of Duty games.
and I sent him a video. I was like, "We need to play this," and it was like Black Ops.
Get off
I'm
me.
gonna move the camera.
Get off.
I sent him a video of a Black Ops, and I said, "We need to play this," and he's like, "What'd you say?" He's like, "Black."
I said, I said, Ice is playing Call of Duty outside. Just go outside.
yeah,
Oh.
I was like, "Fine."
Fine, I will. And now Michael's in Ice.
No.
Michael said, "Don't put my in there."
That's the other bit we're
Ice
adding
like
to the show.
zombies.
Kenzie had an accident that got rid of her memory,
I
and
did.
Michael is in Ice.
No, guys. I'll never portray my people like that.
I don't know. I've seen some. We don't need to talk about it, but I've seen a lot of TikToks of like ICE agents that are minorities as well, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yes.
But back to focus
I want to
of
meet
fears.
one kind of.
Yeah. That's my fear.
What was your fear?
Ice.
ICE.
But-
Oh, ice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go to
Yes.
Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
Oh, there's so much of it.
Right.
Or Iceland.
Or Iceland.
I know.
Or Greenland, because
Yeah.
it's bad advertised. It's a lot of
Oh,
ice
yes.
there.
Mhm. When it's the
Kenzie
winter.
was- you lead the discussion, so.
Is there another?
I was gonna say I have a fear of birds. They've never done anything to me. I just don't like. Every time I hear them above me, I'm like ducking.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever had like an asshole bird.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
dang. I
They've
should have
never
sent
done
y'all
nothing
that video. There's these ducks that were like looking up, and since they can only like, I think they look like this, and that's how they see, right? You know, they turn to their
Yes.
side. So these
Why
ducks,
is that ill? Most
I don't
animals, most like non-carnivore animals
Birds
have
just bother
eyes on
me.
the side of their head.
so these ducks were just looking up at the sky like this, and because there was like the eagle or something flying above, and it was so funny because they were just all like, I was like, imagine that's how we look, like looking at things.
We're just
Is that Kenzie?
River, I like your fit today.
thanks.
Very purple.
Mhm.
Purple.
Great. What are some superstitions that we have, like fears that we've grown up with that are like embodied into us now?
Well, not to sound like a broken record, but now I check under the toilet seat for things being under the toilet.
Me
I do
too.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
saw.
like- it's
I
like a
only did
routine
that
thing.
because I saw a video of like a snake in the toilet when I was younger,
Oh.
and then ever since I always check before I sit down.
I always check because I'm like, what if there's like a spider or something?
Yes, that's what I
Mhm.
do. And I haven't heard the story of the spider gripping the man's balls, but
a Reddit story.
I did it because I think I heard. No, it was a TikTok of a lady. It's like you gotta check under the toilet seat every time because she lifted the toilet seat and there was a spider under there.
Yeah.
So
And imagine a huntsman spider grabbing onto you. Those
Ripping
are
that
huge.
thing.
It literally feels like a hand is grabbing you.
got the gorilla grip on. Oh my goodness!
I don't think they're that strong on grip, but like
like feeling like a
it
net.
would feel like something's like holding onto you.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
gross. I before going to bed, I check under my bed. Okay, good.
For
Well,
monsters?
Well, I don't know. I just have like a thing that I'm like, what if someone just snuck into here and
Was
is
under
under
your
my
bed?
bed? So I before going to bed, I check under it. I check my closets. I move the clothes, and then going in the restroom, I open. If my curtain's closed, I peek in the curtain, and I do this in anyone's place. Like if their curtain is closed and I'm using the restroom, I take a peek. Like
now I know you took a peek.
Yeah, doesn't like if anyone's hiding. Like my thing is, if anyone's hiding, I found them. Your cover's blown.
How about just go into your bedroom? Like the first time you walk into your room, just go, I know you're down there.
Get up. Get out.
See, that would be a little.
I know you're here.
That
I
would
know
be
you're here.
A little weirder if I came onto this podcast, be like, yeah. So my thing, I just walk into any room and say, I know you're here.
I know you're here.
I used to do that, thinking like I would catch a ghost.
I mean, you can catch them slacking. Just
Like, yeah. Sometimes I'd be in my bed too. I'd be like looking at the empty corner space in my
oh
room.
well, I feel like I probably if ghosts were real, I'm not 100% sure, but if ghosts were real, you know how if you're kind of disappointed or you're like you can't believe something, you'll just like turn to an invisible camera
Yes.
and just look at it.
Mhm.
I wonder if we've done that in our lifetime and just looked at a ghost dead in the eye, and the ghost is like,
Yes.
I hope not. That'd be scary.
I
That'd be
always
hilarious.
do that.
If I was a ghost and I was haunting Rudy, like I would appreciate that he did that, and we just have a stare off.
Mm-hmm.
I would be a very inconvenient ghost. I would be like bothering you because I'd like if I'd be haunting Kenzie and she's like typing an essay, I'd be like, that's the poor use of a prepositional phrase.
Oh my god!
You should have had an Oxford comma there. Yeah.
Yes.
No. You would be like the ghost of like all the movies that people like. I don't know. You just no.
He's in the corner and he's like a light
Oh yeah.
blue.
Only if it's dark, you can see like parts of my face. Yeah.
Ew.
He's floating like this.
No, I'm just standing.
No. Love.
Any other superstitions?
I do have a superstition. A lot of my superstitions are like fed from my mom, really. So when I was younger, we could never throw away trash in the night. Only because like for us, that represents like you're getting rid of your money. I don't like throwing away anything means you're getting,
Trash?
yeah, it just means you're getting rid of
Like putting the trash out or like
Like
throwing
taking
it
it-
in
yeah.
the trash?
throwing it out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'm like,
yeah, I
I'm
see.
not gonna just
Oh,
keep all my trash out.
But I see what
No,
you're
no, no.
saying now. So you're saying you when you have to throw it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. It just represents like money lost for us. Like no,
Mhm.
don't do it at night. You do it at day.
Yeah. And then I told y'all about this about like not
I just pecked the mic with my hat.
like not putting your wallet on your bed or
I taught you that.
No, you taught me not on the floor. And
Well,
then I said the
mm-mm.
bed.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's the
kinda-
Mexican people shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's my superstition. I don't think. Well, yeah, mom.
Because I told Lena about that,
Yeah.
about the bed, because
Mhm.
you're sleeping on money,
Yeah.
basically.
I
So-
taught you that though.
And Lena's
No.
like,
Sounds
I don't
a
give a fuck.
dream to me.
Yeah.
Sleeping on money?
God forbid I sleep on a bed of money.
No,
Mhm.
like you're sleeping on your money. Like your money's not moving. It's like sleeping.
Yeah.
There's no flow in it. And then on the ground, unforgivable sin. If I see that, I literally yell at Michael if his wallet's on the ground. I'm like, because you're walking on your money.
Okay,
So
mind
that's
you,
definitely an irrational fear.
mind you, our wallet is like, I don't know, whatever, but it falls easily
They don't
when I
have one.
take off my things out of my pockets, and then 2 seconds, pick it up, shut up.
Exactly.
That's so irrational.
I know.
The superstition feeds me through life.
Mm-mm.
Feeds me through life.
Oh no.
And it
I love
annoys me.
sleeping on money. Period.
Right.
My Bluetooth was off.
I was like, were you trying to do something? There we go.
Period.
First sound effect of the pod.
I know. I
It
had
is.
Bluetooth turned all the way off and I forgot.
You should have done a scary one like a ooh or a boo. Period.
That's gonna be River when he haunts you.
At least I always know it's you, Pookie.
I actually don't have a scary one anyways.
Sometimes I say
Maybe this is spooky.
Oh.
That's my knees when I sit down. When I squat.
Lovely.
I was having bad back pain last night, and I felt so old.
Oh my god.
Like I was the only one in the party holding my back. Like my irrational fear is being old and not being able to move.
I just don't want my face to sag, and it's
Yeah.
probably gonna happen
Yeah, mine is
because white people age like milk.
Yeah.
So it's like I
You
know.
guys do.
I just don't want the lower half of my face to sag.
No.
Like
you
I don't
done
want like
the-
the long jowls. Like hell no.
Have you done the TikTok filter of like old age?
No.
I look really different in that. I really look like an old person.
I look so experienced.
So what the filter says.
Yeah. And it scares me because I'm like, I'm ugly in this filter.
No.
Oh my god.
No, well, that filter also automatically gives you sun damage. So,
Oh.
like it has
I definitely already have sun damage. So
I think I have sun damage in my eyes because you could also get sunburn.
I just
in your
never
eyes.
wear sunscreen. Where like you're supposed to wear sunscreen every day.
Yeah.
I do not.
Sunscreen,
Oh.
and
Me
then
too.
when you're
So-
out in the sun, sunglasses. Like
Yeah.
you need to
Oh.
protect your eyes too, because you can get
I'm
brown
already blind.
spots in your eyes, and I think I already have a brown spot.
Yeah, I do.
I'm already blind, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, I just want to be moving when I'm
Oh.
90, 100.
Yeah.
I do want to live
Oof.
old. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
It depends
Yeah.
how the world looks.
And
Yeah.
how I am.
Me and my
Mhm.
best friend Macy, we're gonna kill each other at 60.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Is that like
After we saw her,
So
we went out. Not to say her business necessarily, but her nana. We went to like her birthday dinner at like Olive Garden. It was just like a family dinner, and whenever we were just talking outside of the Olive Garden, her nana went to go sit down on one of the benches, like the stone benches that they have outside of Olive Garden, and just a few minutes pass, and she slowly just started leaning back, and she was falling back because she was like passing out.
oh my god.
And so then in there, me and Kenzie were like, not Kenzie, me and Macy and I were like, we're just gonna kill each other at 60. We're not gonna allow ourselves to get
60's
that
not
old.
that-
The
60's
60
not
is
that
so
old.
like
I
young.
don't care.
My
I don't
grandma.
care.
Our grandma's 60.
Yeah, and she's kicking it.
Yeah.
Don't care. My parents are 60.
My great grandma's still alive.
But
Yeah.
60
And
is
my
so
great-grand-
young.
We don't want to have any old people problems.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. Oh, well, she kind of did. Have
One
some.
time our dad dropped the Lord saying that people in our family don't live past
the
60.
guys in our family.
Or supposedly, yeah, the guys in our family don't live past 60. But
I guess
think
I'll see
that's-
you at the pearly gates soon. Then
at the same time.
no,
Oh,
we're
right,
not
no.
gonna turn. We're not gonna turn 60 at the same time.
That's true.
Because he's older.
I'm
Yeah.
older.
Oh, that's true.
And you're 23, 24,
Yeah, I'm 23.
23. So yeah,
I'm
I'll
23.
see,
I'm
I'll
also
see
23.
I'll see y'all 7 years later.
Dang.
Rudy.
No way. You're 23.
You're 23 too?
That's
And
crazy.
wait, it's like we're twins.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
Kenzie and I are also twins.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
Can't you see it?
literally.
I know.
Two
I had to
gorgeous
say
black queens.
yes.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
February was Black History Month, and I
It was.
congratulated both of you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I gained superpowers during then, and then they went away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I was crawling on the ceiling and everything. It was fun.
Wow.
He was.
That's
Every
amazing.
February, Black people gain powers. You didn't know that?
Black
Yeah.
people are so cool.
I know. I get
And
my
they're cool in general,
I
but
get my powers. How many times?
And
a
that's your
year?
fear. Your fear is Black people are getting too powerful.
guys, they can do what now?
He hears Black Power. He goes, huh?
He's in
They do have power.
They do.
He's in ice and he fears Black people. That's, There you go.
Wow.
Guys, we're not doing that.
You're
but-
on a roll, Michael.
No. But we're not on any
And
roll.
Rudy's shirt says Blue Lives Matter.
No, it does not.
Oh my god.
Sickening.
That's my red flag for we're not in the
Red flag.
episode, but
That's already passed.
That's been
I know.
passed.
But that's my fear.
That was episode
I don't know.
4.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. My
This is
fear
8?
is
Or 8.
my fear is seeing
Once-
someone's
it was me, Michael. We don't need to go through
Well,
every
we'll come
episode.
back to it. We'll
my
Yeah.
fear is going on someone's profile and seeing either Blue Lives Matter or what else?
Oh, like the red hat.
Yeah, red
Anytime
hat or
I see a
something.
red hat, even if it's not a Make America Great Again hat, I'm like
I know.
Mhm.
nervous. It's my fear.
That's
Yeah.
my fear.
It's
I
my
think
fear.
no, it will for sure go in history as like,
I'll look up.
why didn't
Some
y'all see it
sounds.
sooner? That's literally a cult. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like It's gonna be in the history books.
Yeah.
I also just fear war.
Mm-hmm.
War.
Being
The
drafted.
draft.
All right, I'm gonna play some spooky
I don't
sounds.
care if
Let me
I'm-
know which one.
It is this Pokemon!
So no.
What are we trying to find?
Spooky. Oh.
The cliche. Yes.
He found a foot in his sandwich.
And then there's spooky scary skeletons.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
And then what's this one?
Booga booga!
I
You should have seen your face!
Okay.
Okay. Relax.
Okay.
Period.
River when
I'll take
Kenzie
the
gets
classical one.
River when Kenzie gets the question right when he's a ghost.
What about this one? That's spooky.
That sounds like Patrick.
It does sound like Patrick.
What about this one?
I thought it was Patrick. Is that Demon Slayer?
Fuck if I know. It
I
just
don't
says
know.
spooky.
That's a good anime.
That was actually kind of beautiful.
Then you should watch Demon Slayer.
Shaking in my boots.
That's the Nightmare on Elm Street theme. What's this one?
That gives me goosebumps themes. Okay, Mickey Mouse. Oh.
Illuminati.
Booga booga!
Again.
Booga booga! You just got spooked!
So what?
So I can't pause those, by the
Right.
way.
Okay.
That's
I was
crazy.
like,
I was like, so what are these sounds for?
I'm just saying, like, anytime we say something spooky.
Okay, yeah.
But I think-
Booga,
Ooga. I also have a fear of people breaking their bones, and I can see the bone
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just,
and
yeah.
breaking my own bone.
Yeah.
Right like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my fear.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've never broken a bone.
I haven't either.
Me neither.
But I've
I've-
seen like videos, and it's like always freaks me out.
I'm pretty sure I like cracked my pinky toe on my left foot though, because I stubbed it one day, and now like if it's at a certain angle, it kind of like is sore
Oh, yeah.
to this day still, and that was like multiple years ago.
Damn.
So I probably fucked that up. And then when I was in gymnastics as a kid, I tried to do like a front flip, like a midair front flip, and for some reason my hand was down, and so I like bent, I like sprained my pinky, but I was fine. It didn't like break it, but I had to wear like a cast,
Yeah.
but it wasn't broken. It was maybe just like a fracture. But I don't know.
Yeah.
And
But I've
you
never
couldn't
like
be-
broken a bone.
Mm-hmm. Spraining a finger is horrible.
It's literally like might as well lose my finger
yeah.
because
Yeah.
when it's sprained, I feel bad. I hurt.
Mhm. You hurt.
I hurt.
Have you
I'm
ever
I
like?
can't do anything.
Have you ever like hurt somebody else like where they had to like? Have you ever like fallen on someone or something?
No.
Hmm.
Vivian, I know you're watching, so I'm going to talk to you. At my 24th birthday, I was super drunk, blackout drunk, and you are 90 pounds soaking wet, and you tried to pick me up, and I immediately fell on you, and you ended up fracturing your pinky finger, and I just want to say I am sorry once again.
Oh, dang. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Poor Vivian.
At least she tried to pick you up. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a true friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But that was before I lost all the weight too, and so she was fighting.
Aw.
She was
Wow.
fighting. Her finger went.
Aw. That's unfortunate.
But yeah, I always felt so bad, and so I kept saying like, "I'm sorry," literally like every day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm so sorry." What's
Mhm.
this one? Roblox horror.
Oh.
There you go.
Which we don't play a lot of horror games for this.
We
top-
do not.
We sure
We-
don't.
oh
I'm
my
scared
God.
of scary movies. That's
Yes.
my
You're afraid
fear.
of- You're afraid of being scared.
Yeah.
I am.
Mhm.
I don't like being scared. I don't like being chased.
She hates the topic itself.
I can
Yeah.
chase you later.
No.
I mean,
I hate the feeling of like somebody behind me. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh.
Whenever I'm like doing rounds and someone's behind me, I stop and I'm like, get in
like
front of me.
Mhm.
especially if they're walking fast and I can hear them, I'm like, slow down.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, usually I walk fast, but,
But
it's like,
just like, ugh.
but they're trying to catch up, and so
Yeah.
it sounds like they're walking fast as well. And
Mhm.
I just
yeah.
don't like it.
I'm just like a horse. I don't like people being behind me.
I don't like people.
In SHV, I
Unless
walk
it's-
the,
You know.
Yeah.
Unless they're unless they're behind me. You know.
In SHV, I walk up the stairwell that's in the corner, and I live up on the 3rd floor. And every time I enter the building and I go up the stairwell, I hear the the door close again because someone entered behind me, and I'm just like running up the stairwell because I feel like they're gonna chase me up the stairwell.
Yeah.
It just scares me.
I get the same.
Do you guys are you guys scared of the dark?
No,
I'm not.
I'm not.
I like the dark.
I was when I was little.
Oh yeah, as a kid I hated it.
Yeah.
But
Now I
I
sleep
still,
in
I
it.
feel like I still have like that a little irrational fear in me, so I have to sleep with some type of light on.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I need to be in
But it doesn't have to
pitch
be like
darkness.
bright, but I need some type of light.
Like if I'm going to sleep and it's like 6 a.m, daylight starts riding in, and I have like a little peak going through my blackout binders of like daylight, I get mad.
Mm.
Can I tell you a spooky story?
Go ahead.
When I was younger,
Is that your phone?
I even remember saying this, but I used to be scared of like a shadow man or whatever.
Hmm.
And because I would think like I would like play with my shadow, and then I think I would imagine like a shadow man separately or whatever. And then one night or one morning I got sleep paralysis, and I had seen
Let
a
me
shadow
set the
man.
mood. Okay, keep talking.
I had sleep paralysis, and I had seen the shadow man.
Yeah, and he
Wow.
woke up screaming.
that was it?
And that was his first.
That was my first paralysis.
Yeah.
I never
Um,
had sleep paralysis, thankfully.
But it was really different because I woke up and it was the morning, and I turned to my side, and in the doorway I see the shadow man, and he said something, but I turned the other way and I said, "Shut up." And
Turning the other way.
I don't know. I don't know why I was so bold, but he was like, "Excuse me," and then for some reason I see like a symbol or whatever in a flash, and I got sleep paralysis, and I couldn't move, and I felt like everything around me was moving, and instantly I got up, and the room was the same. It was still morning, but he wasn't there, and I think my bed sheets were like moved. I got spooked, and I ran into the living room. My dad was in the couch this whole time, because like I felt like I was alone, and I just started crying. I was like, there was a man, and he was like, "What?" or
Yeah.
something. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was spooky. It was my first sleep paralysis, and then I had sleep paralysis later in life, but
Not the same.
not
that
the
person.
same.
Mm.
Not the
It's
same.
just like you literally being.
I had sleep paralysis. I didn't see any other beings, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm so grateful I never got anything like that.
I've only had it once.
You've had sleep paralysis too?
Yeah.
Did
But I
you
just
see-
couldn't move.
Oh,
No.
you didn't see anything?
No, I just couldn't move.
People always say that they see like something.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
And freaking Gizmo was on top of my chest too,
Oh.
so I felt like
He was the
pressure.
demon.
So I was like, "Please get off of me," but I couldn't move.
Yeah. And
But
those and little pets always, their weight always feels like the weight of a
Yes.
1,000 stones.
So I literally was just like, like laying back, and I was
God.
like, "Please get off of me."
Yeah.
But-
My mom, she like gets night terrors.
Mm.
Like just wakes up screaming, or like, sometimes she won't wake up screaming. She would like scream in her sleep, or like freak out in
Wow.
her sleep, and it would take a lot to wake her up.
Mhm.
And she's told people like, if I'm, if that's happening, don't try to wake me up
Don't
because
do it.
Don't.
like in my dream, you are that thing trying to get me. So just like cover my
Ah.
nose. My
Mhm.
dad always forgets, and he's like, whenever she's going through that, he's like, wake up, and she gets up and she's instantly like screaming like and mad at him, like, are you kidding me? Like she's like, cover my nose because you in my dream were killing me.
Oh my god!
So
Imagine getting. Are you kidding me?
You just killed me in my sleep. What the hell?
Oh my
but
god.
yeah, like our growing up, our rooms, well, we kind of didn't have rooms in the building. In the building we slept, so our
They
layout
didn't
was
have walls or ceilings either.
Well, we didn't have walls.
but our layout was kind of weird, so weird to
Our-
explain. But anyways,
Yeah.
so I can.
Yeah,
see
where do
my
you
mom.
live?
In
Tell the people at home, where do you live? Tell them your address and
yes,
what
yes,
the
my
house looks
social-
like.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, anyways, just for context, I guess we lived in like an old drugstore, so our layout looked like a furniture store.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I can see my mom sleeping because my bed was across from hers, and I was listening to headphones, and this was like last year, maybe. So not that long ago. I was listening to headphones in the night and my mom was sleeping. And all of a sudden, I could just like, I was getting a sense to look over to where my mom was at. I don't know. I'm not scared of the dark, but we sleep in the dark. And I was just getting a sense to look over there. Okay.
Keep talking.
You are struggling.
I can't unscrew this.
Oh my God.
And my music was playing, couldn't hear anything. And still, I had an urge to look over there. And I stopped. When I took out my headphones, I could hear my mom gasping. And like she just got done with a night terror. But, this is why I took off my headphones. Sorry, important detail. But I had seen something go from my mom's direction across, like something had been thrown or like something moved very fast. So that's why I took off my headphones and my mom just got finished gasping. And I was like, Mom, are you okay? And she goes, Rudy, did you not hear me? I was freaking out over here. I just got like my night terror session. But yeah, something was strangling me. I'm like, Mom, not to scare you, but I thought I saw something over here. She goes, it's out to get me. But yeah, I don't know if I saw a ghost or something.
It was Michael.
No, it was
Easy.
yeah. And then my dog, she doesn't. I don't know why she doesn't help my mom because we have two dogs. One's my sister, one's ours. Our sister's dog helps her every time she has a night terror. She barks her. My other dog, she gets scared. She goes.
Yeah. Our other dog, that one is like a little chihuahua. She's a mix of like a chihuahua, whatever. But she's a gremlin. She's crazy. She is out to kill. Like when she goes outside, she's killed like 2 bunnies before.
Baby bunnies.
Yeah.
And she doesn't kill them.
She doesn't kill them.
On full-size bunnies.
She kills them for the adrenaline.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she lets them live. So
she's awful. She tortures these things.
Yeah. And then the chickens as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think those she kills. But crazy. She's crazy.
So we're not scared.
Stop letting the dog roam
We're
around.
not a little scared of that.
We let it out in our hometown because it's a small town. Basically, the dogs they roam wherever. I don't think it's a big issue if they have a collar on, but I mean, yeah, they're just out to roam.
She contributes to the population. That's how small.
I'm someone who had only indoor animals, so whenever I hear people who have outdoor pets, I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're letting your animal go kill baby bunnies or torture them.
Yeah.
Bunnies populate a lot, so she's
Not the babies.
She's helping out. Yes.
She's torturing babies.
Yeah, that was the line. When I saw, I was like, she's not even eating these things. She's literally torturing them. She'll like take them out of her mouth and then watch them suffer.
And that's my fear of raising a killer. And we did.
That y'all did.
Have you guys ever thought like, if I have a child, they might be a serial killer?
I've thought that, yeah.
Once they move out, it's their problem. Go and kill.
They kill.
Go have fun.
Oh, no.
But at least get the good ones.
Yeah. Is
that bad?
Wait, no. At
Just
least
make
get
sure.
the bad ones.
The bad ones.
Kill the good ones.
I'm gonna say, go get the good ones. Excuse me.
All 4 of us sitting here waiting for your
As long as I
future
get a
child.
Christmas gift, I'm fine. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw a movie.
Call me once in a while, you'll be fine.
I saw a movie about a mother that was raising their. It was like, we need to talk about Kevin. Have you guys seen that?
Kenzie and I have said it to each other because, well, I've said it to you and you've agreed because I was like, we were like kind of going insane during one game. And I just turned to you and you turned to me because we both were on the same wavelength. And I said, we need to talk about Kevin. And you said, we do.
I don't remember that.
Wait, was I there?
I don't know.
think I remember that, or I'm just crazy.
Anytime me and Kenzie talk to each other, it's usually nobody else in the room knows what's happening.
But yeah, basically a movie about mom. She raises a son, and he's just crazy. He just it's just him, and it's not like her parenting styles or whatever. But he's like a killer, and he contributed to like a shooting or something in school or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sad, so crazy.
Yeah, when you told me that, I was like, wow.
Something that kind of scary happened to me, and hold on, let me set the mood.
Okay. So, I was at the Lexington over in Galveston. It's an aircraft carrier. And I was a Boy Scout. Is there a way to turn this
Just a little bit.
less intense? It's fine.
You could do the music too.
Let's do music. And I was touring the museum section of the Lexington. And this is going to cut off. Hold on. There we go. And
Yes.
I was touring the museum portion, and with my friend Joe, no longer friends, that's okay. And we heard a noise. And we looked around, and we were alone. And so we kept walking, and then there was like a push-to-talk thing that we did not push to talk, and it started talking to us. And so we ran away, screaming, and we were like, and the Lexington is known to kind of be haunted, so we were like, we're being chased by ghosts right now. And so we ran all the way out of the aircraft carrier.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's my story.
Period.
Wow. I'm most likely gonna have to put subtitles on that. But,
Yeah.
but wow, that's crazy.
Period. Are y'all ready for the segment?
Yes.
Period. We need to get a little tune for that part. When we put segment, you need to find a little tune.
Yeah.
I walked into the hotel room, and just as I requested, it was filled with bugs.
He found
Okay.
a foot in his sandwich.
This segment is called The Survival of the Odds. So if we were all like in a...
here's the music. There you go.
Ew.
Thank you.
Don't ever play that
Don't.
again.
That was spooky.
What's the thing? Oh
The
yeah,
Survival.
but we're gonna come up...
Oh,
no.
sorry. Say the title of the segment again.
My God!
No, because it was apparently too scary. So say the subject segment again.
The Survival of the Odds. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. That was amazing.
Okay.
You can
I haven't watched a lot of horror movies, but y'all have. So what I
Especially
came
me.
up with, yes, is we're gonna pick little different horror movies, and we're gonna see if we can survive them, and like
Oh, okay.
also put us in the positions of like who dies first, who will survive, who will
There's a strange
survive.
man outside
I
our
know.
window.
Who would survive? What else did I have? Sorry, give me a second.
She didn't come prepared.
No, he kind of like.
Oh yeah, that guy threw us. I think he thought we
who
were a
would
different
hide the
podcast
whole time, stuff like that. So
Okay.
I don't know a lot of scary movies, so y'all put some out, and then we can kind of discuss.
So what are the like plot point? Like what are we going down? Like
So it's
if we
basically
would survive,
if we would survive, who would hide, who would run away
what
first?
would be our roles?
Yeah.
So like, have y'all seen Cabin in the Woods?
Yes.
Yes, actually, I have seen that because Lena made me watch
Because
it.
it's whenever I'm high, I always watch it. It's my favorite. It's my high brain's favorite movie. And so yeah, we'll just go of like because there was like the hero. There's like, what's the girl like? What's like the horrors one?
The what?
There's like one who's like there's one girl who's like very easy and sleazy, and she usually dies first.
Oh yeah.
And then there's like the hero, the nerd, the intellect, I think is what they call
Yeah.
it. And then there's the scholar, and then there's the fool, and then there's like the virgin.
Yeah.
Well, we know which one Michael's gonna be every time. But
That's crazy.
but yeah, we can kind of go off of that.
I'm-
And then
Yeah.
all right. So, do you have any movies in mind to start?
Honestly, no.
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 Well, okay. So let's start with Cabin in the Woods then.
Okay.
I'm the virgin.
We're all dead except for Michael because the virgin.
Well,
lives.
Yeah.
the virgin is an optional death.
Really?
The virgin can die, but it's not required as long as everybody else dies.
Oh.
But who of us would be not the like any other thing? Who would be the hero? Who would be the horror? Who would be
The
the
horror. Oh, the
the sc-
horror. Okay.
the scholar and then
well-
the fool?
I think.
What's
I'd be
the fool?
The fool is like in Cabin in the Woods. It was the super stoner guy who
Oh, that's not me.
but he's just kind of like dumb and like naive.
Then the
and stuff like
scholar
that.
is like
The scholar's like the smart guy who's like, we need to figure out all these clues and we need to read up on all the lore and
Okay.
everything.
I
feel like
you
that would be
the
you.
smart guy.
Yeah, I think you would be the scholar.
I'd be the scholar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So in the Cabin in the Woods, I would die the way Jesse Williams did, where
Yeah.
he just gets stabbed in the neck through it.
Damn.
I would be the whore.
You die first?
She died, and how did she die?
She gets
Well, she was having sex with Chris Williams, Chris Chris Hemsworth.
Oh my goodness.
And she like had her hand out and she was like reaching for grass, and then they stabbed her hand.
They stabbed her.
And then they picked her up and like they like slit her throat and then kind of like sawed her in half.
Crazy, Rudy.
They like tortured her. But to be specific, the people that were killing her were called the psycho torture zombie family. So of course the torture element was part of what they do.
You know what? That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Bet you don't want to be the whore now.
Well, I
Well.
still kind of do, but yeah, it literally that's targeting me because I don't like zombies that very much. And then psycho, what was it?
It's like
Psycho killer.
well, I think it was like redneck torture zombie family.
And
or something.
rednecks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were like a redneck family. Yeah.
So what's left? So I can choose.
The fool and the hero. I think you'd be a hero.
You
You think I would
the
be a
hero?
hero?
Yeah.
I think you would be like, guys, we just have to fucking
Yeah.
I was
Get out
like,
of here.
bitch, we just gotta go.
Yeah.
yeah,
One
you're
way or
gonna,
another.
you're gonna be like, can we not fucking split up? Can we just go?
No,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like, why do people split up?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Like,
understand it either.
Let's go split up so like we can figure stuff out quicker.
Like I
No.
understand the concept of like just covering more ground, but like just figure it out together.
Figure it out together. It'll go slower, but
Mhm.
like at least y'all can back each other up if something happens.
Yeah.
You're right.
Fucking hate that. I guess I would be the hero.
But
I don't
in-
think I would.
In the plot of in Cabin in the Woods specifically, I guess Michael would be the only one that possibly could
Exactly.
survive. But even at the end of
That's
Cabin in the Woods,
lame.
but even in the end of Cabin in the Woods, Michael's character would still die
She dies.
because
Because-
she did it because they didn't fulfill the ritual, and so they woke up like the Titan or whatever, and it killed it killed the entire Earth. But
yeah.
So basically, we all die.
in
I
Cabin,
need
in
to
the,
see
in
that
Cabin in the Woods,
movie.
everybody dies.
I need
But-
to see that movie because
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a long time, and it's just like
It really connects every single horror movie together.
it does.
Yeah.
Because
It was
what
good.
I saw.
Even though I was scared, but it was
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Mhm.
What's another
So-
one?
Oh, to be a virgin.
What's another one, Riva?
Okay. Let's try. Okay. Classic Saw.
Okay.
Would y'all survive Saw?
haven't seen Saw.
No.
It's literally
never
just like
saw.
you're put in a trap
Yeah.
and you have to.
You're getting punished.
You have to do, and sometimes the punishment was valid because it was
Yeah.
like sometimes we're like pedophiles or rapists
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
people who have specifically screwed people out of money that later led to them dying and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
some people deserved it.
Yeah.
Others were just like, you tried to commit suicide. Now go through this trap. It's like
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes it was stupid. why they
sometimes
were
it was
punished.
stupid, but if y'all were in a trap, would you try to do it, or
It
would you be?
depends on the trap.
Yeah.
Well,
it really
because some-
depends.
Because one of my favorite traps was it was two people go head to head, and they have to cut off the most flesh
Oh.
in pounds.
You see, like
And the girl who won ended up cutting off her entire arm and and she won and survived.
wow.
Crazy.
But would y'all ever go through that if you were like, I
No.
want to live, I need to?
See, 'cause,
No.
like,
Just
if,
kill
if
me.
it was me and my girl Kenzie, I don't think I would.
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, against
would-
like if we were against each other.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I would definitely be fighting to win,
River's very competitive, and he would be the only one to live because.
I would just.
but I
die.
always lose against you guys.
I mean, listen.
Except I beat y'all on Stealing Unicorn.
the
Yeah.
minute,
And I almost beat them on Here to Slay, and then Rudy is a bitch. So
I didn't win.
no, but you're the reason I lost because you used
Oh.
all of your modifier cards to sabotage me, and then literally the next round, Michael was like, "Okay, I win then."
Because I always win, except for that time we played with Kenzie. But I always
Except
Thank
every
you.
single time we played with Kenzie.
no.
Thank you.
No, but yeah, in
Clear the
Saw,
table.
in Saw, say we were against each other. I think I would beat one of y'all at least.
I think if I picked up a sense that you were being competitive, I'll pick up the game.
It's do or die.
I'm about to say. I feel like now I say I would just want to die, but like
but
I
there's
would
also
know. I'm sorry.
there's also Ian. I think it's like Saw 5 or one of them, maybe 4 or 5. It's one guy. He has to go around and try to help his coworkers. Like they are out of control. Like they can't do their trap. He has to do it for them. Would y'all be willing and able to like help us get out of the traps? Because one of the things he had to do was like a girl had like a fishing hook down her throat with a key, and
A
he had to
fishing
and he had to
hook?
pull the wire out through her throat.
Oh God! Wait, no.
But if she screamed, there were like wires that slowly were gonna close on her throat.
This is
so-
so,
I can
bonkers.
never watch this.
And so would you be able to be like, okay, you need to shut the fuck up. Let's get through this and like really try to help her, or would you be like, this is too gross, I can't?
I feel like Kenzie would.
I would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it. And I think if I was the person with the thing in my throat, I would be like, just fucking do it.
I would just be like, pull.
I'd be like, just fucking pull. Just fuck. I'm gonna have a sore throat. It's gonna suck, but I'll live.
But you know what? It will heal up.
It'll be fine.
We're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I literally.
I would do that.
I've been
I would
in
help
this
y'all
whole
with
time.
that.
I would definitely. Yeah. Well, another one of the traps in that same thing was he had to like lift weights, but as he lifted, there were like spikes that go into his shoulders.
Ugh.
So he would lift, and it would cause a lot of pain, but it would like pause a timer to prevent a girl from being stabbed. But like, would you be able to do that, or would
For how long?
I think it was like for a full minute, but it was like a ton of weight, and it was like a very like sharp.
I would try.
I'll do
I would
that.
definitely. I would be doing everything I can.
I would try.
I would try to. Rudy's like, y'all would be dead. Y'all would be dead.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rudy.
I would do everything I can to help y'all.
I would.
I'll try that one.
Yeah.
That
You
fishing.
can't pull
You don't
something
need-
out of somebody's
You don't-
freaking throat.
You don't even go to the
You'll
gym with me
feel it.
now.
You'll feel the
Yeah, you'll
tension.
feel it.
You know, as like you being the
Yeah.
puller, you'll feel the tension in the
Yeah.
rope, and it's just like you can.
Oh, in
feel
the throat,
You
yeah.
can feel the tears.
Well,
Oh.
yeah. The
When you
person
do
with it in their throat is going to be able
Yeah.
to be like, "Can we take a break?"
Yeah, but I just can't
like-
handle. No.
Like, let's move on. I don't like.
So what it seems like is we're trying to survive,
Kenzie
and
and
y'all
I
are
would
just
fu-
like,
Kenzie and I would fight to win. Y'all would be
I
like,
would
"This is
die.
too much."
this
I
is too
would
much.
die.
I can't
Okay.
do it. Just kill me.
All right. Let's think apocalyptic. Let's say Zombieland.
Like zombies.
Zombieland.
Kill me.
Okay, actually, I think I've
Infect
survived
me.
that.
Depends.
Zombie.
If
Or
zombies,
no, not zombies. 28 days later.
What is that?
I don't know that
28
one.
days later is like they have a rabies virus.
Ooh.
So are they more like superhuman
They
strength and
run
speed?
and they are like
Run.
and
Zombies
and
run?
an infection, or they're not zombies, they're like infected people. But in the Bone Temple, 28 years later, Bone Temple, it is later proven that some of the people can be reverted back to human state. But
Ooh.
yeah, like the infection, if literally in 28 days later they got a drop of blood in their eye and they instantly turned.
Yeah, I saw a
Wow.
scene.
Like
Oh,
infection
okay.
rates are extremely high.
Damn.
Hmm.
But would you fight to live that? Or would you be like,
So-
I'm one of the dead ones?
I'm confused.
It's
It's like a rabies. It's like a zombie a
Mhm.
zombie virus,
Mhm.
but it's
easy.
it's not like you die.
Yeah.
It's like
It's-
You just get
you're
infected.
rabid. Yeah.
Mhm. You know what? And does
I
it
I
give
would
a-
try to fight as long as I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer that one over The Last of Us. What zombie?
Yeah.
It's
Like,
not a movie.
What is that one?
The
I
Last
mean,
of Us.
It's still premise.
It's a zombie
yeah.
movie, but it's like it's a zombie series. But it's like they're infected by like a fungi,
Mhm.
and they clearly are dead, and their body transforms into like a fungal.
Oh, they're not.
They're not dead. Their
They are-
brain is controlled by the fungus.
It's the.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of like? There's like a fungus. It's literally off the premise of like there's a fungus that infects ants, and it'll literally control the ants to go die on a tree so it can live on that tree.
Mhm.
What the fuck?
But this show, its premise is that it infects the mind of
Mhm.
because it evolved
Well,
over.
here's the thing. Over time, they are dead. But in the beginning, yes, their brain is just being controlled because in the game, if you like hit a zombie who's like very fresh, you can hear it scream like "Stop hitting me" or something. Like
Mhm.
it'll respond being like "I don't want to die,"
Mhm.
but it's still like infected.
I don't
Yeah.
know if it was that.
But there's no cure in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember if it was that like early Walking Dead game series, but it's like you can hear a zombie, an infected dude, he's eating another dude, and the zombie who is eating the dead person, you can hear him crying.
yeah.
And
it was that game.
Yeah.
I think The Last of
You
Us.
you can hear him
I
crying because he
think-
doesn't want to
no,
eat this dude.
it was in Dying Light.
Was it?
Dying Light, the zombies are like they don't want to be zombies,
Mhm.
but they're fully out of control, and so they are crying while they're eating flesh because they're like, this sucks, I don't want this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I hate that horror.
Yeah,
aspect.
I
But
would
yeah.
kill myself if
I've-
if
I've
there was
already
that.
established that in a zombie movie, in a zombie apocalypse, I already have like a strategy, and I would be
Yeah.
fighting to survive as long as possible.
I'll just be with River. I'll do whatever he says.
I mean, my theory is to jump roof to roof and never be on the ground.
I will always be with River.
Okay.
I'm
You
here to
need-
survive
How much
as
time do
long
we
as
have?
possible. 3 more minutes. Okay, let's try to go through 1 or 2 more.
All right. Next movie. Scream.
You know what? I think I could really survive that bitch.
If it's like if one of y'all bitches are the killers, I think I can fight y'all off.
But it's also like I don't know. I just feel like it
Because isn't it an average Joe that's in the mask and killing people?
It's literally
Yes.
it's just a person, and half of the
Yes.
time it's just a teenage boy. So
Yeah.
it's like I feel like I
really
can
think
take them
I
on.
can survive.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not fighting enough for
But
me.
in the story, it's like it's always one of your friends or like a family member or something. So it's like I think I can handle any of my friends, except
think I
maybe
could.
unless Kenzie was the killer. I think I probably couldn't fight you off because you work out and you've been working out longer than me.
Yeah.
No, I think I would just fight as hard as I could. I feel like they don't fight enough. They give up.
No, yeah,
Fight.
because they get stabbed once and they're like suddenly
They're
my
like,
entire body's
No,
paralyzed.
bitch.
Yeah,
I'm still fighting.
Adrenaline's kicking in and I'm
Yeah.
I would be the survivor.
I'm charging out the window with you, like literally, like
Yeah.
I'm fighting.
I would want to be the girls, not the girl. Well, the girl in the current series. I want to be the one that
In
like,
7?
yes, that the one that always guess who's like the killer.
Oh yeah,
I want to be
The
that
two
person.
who they're now like journalists.
Yeah. I want to be that person,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she does get attacked.
and that's okay. But she
lives.
survives.
Yeah.
I can get attacked and live now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I would like
I
that.
could handle Scream as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have 1 minute left.
Okay.
So
well,
okay, how about instead we just say what would we want to be in Scream? So I want to be like the journalist person that like
okay.
you
I
know,
don't know the roles.
Yeah.
You've
the
never
killer-
seen Scream.
the
No.
killer, the person that
You literally have to see like the first one at least.
Yeah.
the
You
person
need to see
that
Scream
Oh,
movies.
what is it that guesses who the killers are? The shit, they're
The
so
victims.
The victims, like
There's like a police officer,
yeah,
which I don't want to be a police officer,
no,
but there's always
Um,
like a sole survivor. There's like
Yeah.
the final girl.
yeah.
But like
I mean, it's not a lot of roles.
there's
it's
not a
just
ton
like,
of roles, but it's like yeah, there's like a jock. There's like the nerd. There's like a
yeah.
I want to be with the
I'll
jock.
be the
There's
nerd.
like there's like that one that you.
The person that was with the jug died.
There's also a one that's like once they die, you feel so bad because they were like such a sweet soul.
Yeah, the girl from Six
From 6
in the bedroom. Y'all need to watch
on
it.
the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt bad for her.
I did not. Want
That'll
her to
be me.
It would.
Aw.
Oh, you feel like the one that everybody cries.
I
about.
would be near the end because I would definitely be fighting the
Yeah.
whole time.
I think I would survive.
If I didn't survive, I would be one of the last to die because I'd be fighting.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then Michael and Rudy are just gonna be the ones that die.
Yeah.
But you think about it.
But that's it.
But that's it. Thank you for watching, guys,
Thank
you.
or listening. Thank you. Wow.
Hope it wasn't too ooky spooky for you.
I know I got
Next episode's gonna be really short. Just telling you now. Or previous episode. Previous episode's really short. We're sorry about that.
Music Podcast.